Last year, I moved from North Raleigh to Wake Forest, North Carolina, one of the most popular suburbs here in the Triangle. This is my honest experience as a local who's now lived in both places, and I'll tell you exactly what I regret and don't regret about making the move. Now, the reason that we moved to Wake Forest to begin with was actually pretty simple. It was just a lot more affordable than North Raleigh was, and as a real estate agent who helps people move to both Wake Forest and Raleigh every day, I know that the prices are much better on the Wake Forest side and how much house that you can get for the same amount of money. Now, that is the reason that I moved to Wake Forest, but is not the reason that I'm staying. And there's certainly some things about living in North Raleigh that I definitely miss. My first few months living in Wake Forest, I was very surprised by the amount of development that was happening in the area. Now, again, I'm in the weeds every day looking at new construction, but I hadn't paid too much attention to all the retail development that was happening going along with that new construction. I knew that the population growth to Wake Forest was pretty massive, but when I started driving around in my day-to-day life for groceries and gym and all that kind of stuff, I realized, holy smokes, there's so many new gyms and grocery stores and shopping centers that are popping up what seems like every single day. And honestly, after living in North Raleigh where everything is pretty established, for the most part, kind of on the older side, it was almost refreshing to see so much new modern development popping up. If you're not familiar with the real estate landscape in Raleigh, there's just not a lot of land left, so everything is pretty much on the older side. There's really not too much new construction going on. It's a completely different story in Wake Forest where there's still a lot of land, including farmland, undeveloped lots that just have not been tapped into yet. And now that they're getting all this population growth, myself included, they are finally starting to build not only houses, but all of the development, changing the roads, upgrading schools, building new schools, all that sort of stuff that comes with population growth. And that definitely leads me into something that I did not like within the first few months of moving to Wake Forest, and that was that the roads here in Wake Forest are constantly, and I mean constantly, being worked on. In North Raleigh, it was pretty rare to be stuck at a stoplight for a construction crew because they've closed the road completely and it's now a one-way, that whole annoying thing. That is a common daily occurrence that you could hit multiple times in a day if you're driving throughout Wake Forest. Because not only are they building houses and retail, but they're also just constantly working on the roads to widen lanes or create passovers where there's, a lot of blockage. There's all sorts of development happening in Wake Forest on the infrastructure side of things. And while that's extremely needed, and in the long run, I'm glad that they're doing it. One, I don't think that they're actually doing it fast enough, honestly, to keep up with the influx demand in Wake Forest. But two, everyone who's living here now, including myself, is having to deal with constant delays in traffic that just seems so frustrating on a daily basis, and it doesn't seem like we're ever gonna see a stop. And Wake Forest locals are actually pretty vocal about the fact that they don't love all the change that is happening in Wake Forest, and that's kind of a separate issue of itself. There's a lot of signs posted everywhere when you're driving around that say no to rezoning, because they don't like that, buildings are getting taller, lots are getting smaller, things are getting more congested. Wake Forest locals don't, on average, love the growth that is happening in the area, because what does it mean at the end of the day? As someone who owns my own home and plans to buy multiple properties throughout the area, I am okay with the fact that the growth is coming, because I know that means the properties that I own, they're going to go up in value and build wealth for myself. And all the homeowners in Wake Forest who are seeing their property values rise, honestly, a lot of those same people are the ones complaining about the growth, but they're not even thinking about the way that that growth is also positively impacting their wallet at the end of the day. For reasons that we're gonna get into, Wake Forest is actually a great place for families, and we're seeing a lot of people with kids move here. But even on the young side, like me and my wife, we don't have kids yet. We know we might have kids in a few years, and so we did kind of think about, is Wake Forest a place that we could have a family? And ultimately, we came to the conclusion that, yes, most likely it is. And I think after living here, we feel even more confident about that. A lot of young people, whether they're contemplating kids or not, are moving here because not only is it more affordable, and that might be the reason that gets them to move here, but they realize there's a lot of other young people here. There's a lot of new developments, new things to do, shopping, outdoor adventures, all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, if you live in Wake Forest, you're very connected to the rest of the Triangle, very connected to Raleigh. So even if all your friends are in North Raleigh, that's only 15 minutes away. My wife and I have made more friends our age after moving to Wake Forest than we ever did in North Raleigh. And that's because we actually get outside more and we meet other people. The very first thing we did when we moved here is we started going to parks and going on walks and going to preserves, going to the lake more often. And now we've even joined a local pickleball warehouse, club with a subscription that's 3 minutes down the road. It's brand new, and we're meeting all sorts of people there as well. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Benjamin Carver. I'm a local real estate agent and investor here in the Triangle, and I love helping people just like you every single day, making a smooth move to Raleigh, Wake Forest, and all of its many suburbs. If you want help finding the perfect place to call home, then I want you to call the number at the bottom of the screen, scan that QR code, or you can click the link in the description, set up a time to chat with us. I'd love to meet you. Wake Forest is massive, and trying to learn all the different parts of Wake Forest and how they all connect, it is definitely not a simple feat. It will take time. It will take a lot of hours in the car driving around trying to piece it all together. We did make a living in Wake Forest video where we literally drove around the entire suburb and literally toured all of it for you. We also made a full map tour where I broke down all those same parts on a map visual. If you want to see either of those two videos, I'm going to link them in the description below. Definitely check that out at the end of this video if you're thinking about moving to Wake Forest or you just want to learn a little bit more. But compared to Cary and North Raleigh and a lot of those core parts of our market, Wake Forest just naturally feels so much larger because you could be driving, go through, a bunch of new construction and development, and then all of a sudden you're passing farmland. And then you hit more new construction and development. So there's still a lot of space left to develop, like we talked about a little bit earlier. And so it's gonna make Wake Forest feel just very large and like it spans on forever. And especially if you're driving on that east side of Wake Forest, it's going to start to get very rural as you get close to some of those outer suburbs that are, very undeveloped. And so Wake Forest really does feel like it has a lot of potential. But if you like the idea of being in a very established, everything's already built, everything's very, very connected, very cut and dry like you will find in Cary or North Raleigh, Wake Forest might not be for you because it still has some development left to go for, obviously. But if you like having space, if you like having a larger lot on the house that you buy or build, then Wake Forest is honestly going to be a really good fit because there's just so much breathing room here still. And I think that's really a big hit with a lot of the people that are relocating here. And not only is there a lot of space, there's a lot of green space. Wake Forest, it's called Wake Forest for a reason. It is very forested. There's a lot of green space, a lot of trees, a lot of dense forestation, preserves, meaning pieces of land where you can go on a walk or trail or picnic and it's not ever going to be torn down. We've got a lot of those here. Wake Forest is also pretty unique in that it backs up against Falls Lake. If you live on the central or the west side of Wake Forest, you are minutes from Falls Lake, which is one of the largest natural lakes here in the Triangle. It is great for boating, fishing, camping, hiking, you name it. You've got a lot of really nice large parks that are always very active day or night. They're throwing baseball games and football games, and they're doing pickleball tournaments and all sorts of fun stuff. And if you're a Wake Forest resident, you also get basically free access to a gym and to basketball, volleyball, and some other fun stuff at the Wake Forest Community Center, which is a pretty cool perk that I just found out. Moreover, what I found very similar to North Raleigh is that a lot of the neighborhoods here are all connected by greenways. So I can literally walk from my house to a greenway trail entrance that's a few minutes down the road within my same neighborhood, and it can take me to literally almost any neighborhood in Wake Forest and even down into Raleigh. So I see people on those trails all the time, walking, hiking, biking, going out with the kids, going out with the dog. Wake Forest is an extremely active community at the end of the day. And that's exactly how my wife and I have met a lot of friends, is just by getting outdoors, and Wake Forest just makes it so easy to do that. As far as things to do that aren't like outdoor related, I would say, yeah, on a whole, Raleigh has more things to do, and I think Wake Forest has some room to improve in that area. Now, there are some pretty cool things. For example, there's this place called The Factory that we toured on one of our recent videos, and I'll kind of throw some B-roll here. The Factory is like a mini mall. So you walk inside, there's a bunch of restaurants and, unique shops. There's also an entire ice skating rink where they actually have like open skating hours, but they also, do hockey and all sorts of figure skating and classes and whatnot. It's actually a pretty cool place, just south of downtown Wake Forest. If we go to actual downtown Wake Forest, it is a very small strip. Now, it's very nice, it's clean, it's always full of people, and I love going to the coffee shop there with my wife. We go pretty dang often. But I would say that if you've been there a few times, it does start to get old, because there's only 20 different shops in that downtown. It's one little strip, and once you've walked it a few times, you're like, okay, what's next? And of course, downtown Raleigh in comparison just looks massive. And there's plenty of times where, we want to do a certain thing or eat at a certain restaurant, and we do have to go into downtown Raleigh or into North Raleigh to get some of those things. And overall, you're going to find that downtown Raleigh is going to have a lot more of your, your high-end stuff or your unique items, versus Wake Forest. It does have a lot of more of your basics. So if I want to do day-to-day shopping at Aldi's or Target, or go to Panera Bread, or eat at Texas Roadhouse, or go to Sam's Club, all the main stuff that does matter probably the most to me, that's going to be in Wake Forest, very convenient, always 5-10 minutes away. But if I want to go eat at a rooftop bar, I know I'm going most likely to downtown Raleigh. I'm overall very happy with the amount of things to do in Wake Forest, but I also can't help but think over the next 5-10 years, as we grow, as the population maybe gets a little younger, what is going to come our way. For example, in Cary, there's a lot of upscale, bougie type restaurant, shopping, and dining, like the new Fenton that they built out there. I could see something like that being built here in Wake Forest. And I could also definitely see us upping our game in terms of entertainment value outside of, outdoor things to do. For example, over on the Cary side, we have like Top Golf and Drive Shack. We have the Lenovo Center where they throw, concerts, and the Hurricanes play NHL hockey there. Raleigh has a lot of cool stuff. When we go to Wake Forest, we don't see as much of that. And I think that will be an area of focus in the future. And for right now, that's just like a slight con for me. But honestly, the trade-off of having not as much energy or not as much nightlife in Wake Forest is an appeal to a lot of people, especially your families and yes, your retirees, who they do just want to, golf all day or just have kind of a chill lifestyle where, it's nice, it's safe, it's, family friendly, you can get outdoors and everyone's happy. They don't necessarily need all the rooftop lounges and the bars and the rowdy events, right? And so I think the younger people will push for that stuff as they move into Wake Forest, but it does feel very balanced here in Wake Forest. I think there's enough to appeal to both sides of the coin right now, and I think that's pretty cool. At the end of the day, I think Wake Forest is in a very unique position where it's still just small enough that it feels local. It feels like, you know your neighbors, and everything feels very connected, but at the same time, there's so much growth potential that I could just see Wake Forest being a very different suburb 5-10 years from now with the trajectory that it's on. And so it really holds a lot of future promise. And so far they've done a really good job of growing, but not growing too fast, right? I really didn't know what to expect when I moved here. And honestly, again, I just kind of moved here because it was more affordable and I saw how much house I could get. A lot of people come in that way, but a lot of people who end up staying are the ones who want that really balanced lifestyle, but they also want a chance at a better home or newer house, more lots. I think the type of people who Wake Forest won't work for are those who fall into the following buckets. First of all, if you are going to be working in RTP, Research Triangle Park, it is where some of the most top paying jobs are here in our market. A lot of people work for IBM and Lenovo and Cisco and all these pharma companies. They're over on the west side of Raleigh. And if you're commuting from Wake Forest to RTP every day during normal rush hour, you could be spending 45 minutes plus in the car both ways, which is not my idea of an ideal commute. This is why mainly a lot of people live in North Raleigh, Northwest Raleigh, Cary, Mooresville, and Apex, because you're just so much closer to RTP, and people are so okay with living in an older home and paying a premium for that daily commute. And honestly, if I were in your shoes, I might be saying that myself. And by the way, that traffic on Capital Boulevard into 540 is starting to get worse and worse over time because they're not quite keeping up with the roads fast enough there. And so I know firsthand from my clients who have moved here and do work in RTP, that can be an absolute headache. The second bucket of people that Wake Forest probably isn't going to work for is your young people who really have their hearts set on living in downtown, living in North Hills or Briar Creek, somewhere where there really is a very, very tight density of young people where they can live, eat, sleep, play, and shop all in one place. I totally get the appeal to that, and you're not gonna find that in Wake Forest because everything is so spread out. I still think there's a lot of young people here, a lot of things to do, but the density that you might be looking for, especially if you're coming from a larger city where you lived in downtown, you ain't gonna find that here in Wake Forest. Now, the third group of people who aren't going to love living in Wake Forest are going to be those who prefer established areas. I'm not talking about living in downtown, but I do mean dense suburbia. So if you like having established neighborhoods where they all have character and culture and they don't look cookie cutter and everything just feels so planned and connected, and you already have established reputable schools that people are fighting over like we see on the Cary side in North Raleigh, then you are not going to want to live in Wake Forest because you're mostly going to find new construction that looks a little bit more cookie cutter out here. And we've already talked about those random patches of undevelopment that still haven't been filled yet in Wake Forest. So not only are you going to have to deal with ongoing construction of roads and land, all the noise and all the traffic, but also you're going to have to deal with the visual aspect of things not being perfectly fit together. It's like staring at a puzzle that isn't perfectly completed yet. And if you're OCD, that might just drive you nuts. If you're driving through North Raleigh or Cary, you just have this sense of, okay, this makes sense. And you might not have that feeling here in Wake Forest. There's so much more that's up in the air, and that might just not sit well with you. The main question I wanted to answer with this video was, just how different is North Raleigh versus Wake Forest? And as someone who's made the move from one to the other, do I regret it at the end of the day? And the honest answer is, based on my situation and preferences, no, not one bit. I actually do miss North Raleigh. I miss parts of living in North Raleigh for sure, but the amount of extra house and breathing room that I got here in Wake Forest, in addition to all the friends, outdoor activities, and hobbies that I've picked up over on this side of the triangle, is more than worth it to me, even if that means that I have to do a little bit more driving to get into other parts of Raleigh and Cary for my job or for meeting up with clients or friends. That's totally okay with me. If you're thinking about moving to Wake Forest and you're just really uncertain, you've got a lot of questions, I've definitely been in your shoes, I would love the opportunity to meet with you, open up the map, and really talk through what your goals are and help you choose the right place to move, help you avoid the wrong one. When you're ready, I want you to call the number at the bottom of the screen, or you can just click that consultation link in the description and set up a time to chat with our team. I'd love the opportunity to meet you. If you want to see either our map tour or our full driving tour of Wake Forest, then make sure you click on one of these videos next. I'm Benjamin, and I'll see you there.